In the next 4 lessons, I'm going to be talking about sex, which is such a critical aspect of marriage. Potentially, sex can result in a level of pleasure, an emotional and physical bonding that isn't available in any other relationship. We may have close relationships with family members and friends in which we support one another, share our thoughts and feelings, and have fun together, but intimate sexual interactions are reserved for our marriage partner and therefore set this relationship apart and make it more unique and special than any other. So here's one thing I want to say about sex. For the vast majority of couples, a good relationship is the foundation of good sex, and not the other way around. You may have great sex, but if your relationship is filled with disrespect, a lack of caring, insensitivity, unresolved conflict, and hostility, then the relationship likely won't last. The foundation of a good sexual relationship is a healthy relationship overall. And therefore, the place to start building a better sexual relationship is improving your relationship in the ways that we've been talking about in this course. You have to accept responsibility for yourself. You need to honor your partner and build friendship and good communication. As you learn and apply these principles to your marriage, you're building the strong foundation for a great sexual relationship. Of course, that is not enough. You can't assume that because you have a strong relationship in other ways, it necessarily means that a good sexual relationship will automatically follow. For some couples, a sexual relationship comes quite naturally and easily. For most, it does not. They have to work at it. And I want to talk about how to work at it in this lesson. But I do think that's important, that most couples have to work at having a good sexual relationship, because that's not how it's portrayed on TV and in the movies. We think that it's something that just comes or should come so naturally. Well, a place to start is by understanding the difference between sexuality and romance. Sex is about those erotic acts which lead to intercourse and orgasm. However, sustaining a great sexual relationship, especially for both partners, requires romance and not just eroticism. Romance is more mental and more emotional, not just physical. It's about making your partner feel special. A great sexual experience doesn't usually start at 11 o'clock at night, but started with some intimate sharing the previous day, maybe a little bit of cuddling the previous night, a kiss goodbye in the morning, a phone call during the day, a warm embrace in the evening. Romance is all about being aware of each other and showing thoughtfulness through softness and caring behaviors, good listening, turning towards each other during bids, making deposits into one another's emotional bank accounts. These kinds of things communicate the message, I'm thinking of you, you matter to me. But then romance goes beyond being mindful of each other to include physical contact also. Touching, holding hands, hugging, kissing, cuddling, other non-sexual massages. In romance, these behaviors don't necessarily lead to intercourse. They're an expression of love and pleasure that can be enjoyed as ends in and of themselves. As a matter of fact, according to surveys, most men as well as women report loving the closeness of hugging, even more than intercourse. Certainly the quick intercourse that lasts just a few minutes and lacks real emotional connection. Well, what I'm suggesting is that you pay more attention to the romantic nature of your relationship. As you bring more romance, your sexual relationship will come more naturally and easily. This aspect of your relationship is particularly important to women who are generally aroused more slowly and need more emotional closeness to feel safe and loved before they're ready for sex. So a question I'd ask you is how you can bring more romance into your relationship. Are there things you could do as a man or woman to be more attentive and bring more emotional closeness into your marriage? This will improve your sexuality. In the next lesson, I want to talk about the mental part of good sex.